Hey everybody, hi, how are you doing? It's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and here I am again. I just did the French's Mustard video for the MSA cards, 1992, and thanks for joining me on Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. If you know anyone who likes this kind of stuff, have them send them my way, and subscribe, like, leave comments, all that kind of stuff would be great. Now, I got another MSA episode that I want to do for you, but I did pick up something from eBay today, which is related to what I'm about to do. So I'm still running my MSA run, and so we got this one here from North Carolina, and this is the card that I was talking about yesterday, I believe, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the connection with these cards here. So apparently, Coca-Cola, along with, just like those French's Mustard card, I guess 92 was a really popular year for doing cards. So old Coca-Cola hooked up with Hardee's. Presents Major League lineup. Collect all 24 baseball collectors cards. Lift card cover to reveal collector's card. And so that's probably on top of a soda pop, like the lid maybe, or underneath or something like that. And so this has the checklist. Now this is MSA. So if you read this, Coca-Cola Hardee's Major League lineup. Now this is more for my PC, so it's not like a set or anything. But you can see all those guys there. You got yourself a decent amount of Hall of Famers: Alomar, Molitor, Yount, Glavine, Smith, Dawson, Bagwell. So about a third of the set is Hall of Famers there. But let's go ahead and take a look at this, though. We'll start here. 92 Hardee's Food System, Inc. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company. 1992 Major League Players Association, officially licensed by the Major League Baseball Players Association and MSA. So, as we know, what I'm showing in all those videos with MSA stands for Michael Schechner Associates, and so they're masters of doing oddballs and discs and food issues and product issues and all that. So okay, so I went ahead and picked up my PC for this Hardee's card. I actually ordered a second one as well, but it doesn't come with this. I think it was more on accident that I ordered the second one. I did not realize how big these were. So if you look at the 70s discs, they're that big, but much bigger than like the King Bee disc size ones or any of that, which are about that size. So they're bigger than those. So what we got today, and it's a beautiful card, but I thought it was going to be like the size of one of those like 7-Eleven Sports Flicks cards. But of course I went ahead and picked me up the Andre Dawson, and it looks like they paid for the license here. That's glossy card, right field, number 8 for the Cubs, Andre Dawson. So I was kind of shocked. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this in my binder. And but here's where it gets interesting, folks. This is where I get confused. And so Andre Dawson, dangerous hitter, 8-time Gold Glover, 7-time All-Star, 87 MVP, and so on and so forth with the stats there. Of course, this is 1992, but and card 20 of 24, and the back is also glossy as well. And it's pretty solid stock. It's cool. But do you see the thing that's confusing to me? Here you got the Coca-Cola logo with Players Associate with Major League Baseball. the Players Association's old logo, MSA, but then it says Score. So I don't know what's going on this one. On the checklist card, it shows just MSA over here. So I mean, it definitely has a Score kind of feel to it, like the brightness. But I've looked it up. I've tried to find any information out. And, you know, there's no Wikipedia for MSA, which this baseball card community probably should put one together, because they're so prolific in how many cards they've put out. And like I said, I wish I knew more information. I could write a book about them, you know, like a book about their story and all the different sets and cards they have. And so I don't know, did they just do some kind of an agreement with Score? Maybe Score provided like the images and all that, and then MSA is the one that had them printed. Did Score and MSA hook up somehow? Like, did they buy them out? But MSA, as we know, were still doing stuff until like 2001, and Score was doing stuff like for King B after MSA, but then MSA was doing it afterwards. So I'm totally at a loss for what's going on there. And I know Score, the company that did Score, is the company that Sportsflix was. So Sportsflix, as you know, in the mid 80s, did the Sportsflix lenticular cards, and then they put out Score. But before Sportsflix, they were like that Opti whatever company that did the Kellogg's cards. So it's not like Score was just like, it was a new brand, but it was that company that did like the Kellogg's cards. So I guess they were a long time oddball company before they ever did main sets like Sportsflix or Score. Now Score, the first 1988 set, is just Epic. Unfortunately, it was epically overproduced too. But I would sure like to know more about that. Okay, folks, so that's one part of this video that I'm going to do. So I'll probably do this in a couple videos, okay? So I'm going to show you some MSA stuff. So this is from 77. I believe the first ones from MSA were in 76. But this advertisement, I guess on the checklists, they call it MSA Customized Sports Disc. To me, that's Salesman Sample, but you got Reggie Jackson and Lou Brock there. And then we had a Tastee Freez, and these were still at the Tastee Freez leftovers from whoever had it before us when we bought it. And this is my first baseball card I've ever owned, and that's part of this set. Obviously that looks, you know, it's one of the few sets at that time that had a different look. They're not super hard to get, but most of them had this baseball look, and this has the diamond look. But anyways, that's my first baseball card that I've owned, and I kept that obviously because he's a Cub. And that's MSA Big T Tastee Freez. And I got the complete set of this, but I'm just showing you this one as an example. And some of the other ones I picked up over the years. I picked up Hank Aaron. And as you can see there, that says 1976. So that's the last year playing career card for Hank Aaron on the Islays and Sweet William back. So great Hank Aaron there. Since I'm showing you Hank Aaron, and I showed it in the last video, in honor of Willie Mays passing away this week. Here's one of my other Willie Mays playing days card. National League batting leaders from 1961 for the 1960 batting leaders. And so I showed that in the last video, but so then you got Willie Mays and then Hank Aaron there. And then of course I picked up a Nolan Ryan because he's probably one of the bigger people to get in any of these sets. But the FBI discs from Canada are the ones that are, it's a juice company, not the FBI like we would think in America. Are like the Grail cards for MSA, because very hard to get. Now, I've been looking for this card too, and I finally found it. So I want to throw that in here with one of these. The Thurman Munson, and that is a Wiffle Ball MSA disc. So, Wiffle Ball MSA. So this is part of the box. There's a square box that the Wiffle Ball comes in that you could buy, and these were one of the panels on there. So that is 1976 as well. So Thurman Munson, so that's pretty cool, and I guess you're supposed to hand cut that, but that would be pretty hard to do. It'd be easier to get a cookie, what do you call it, a cookie cutter. So that's sweet. I'm gonna set that aside. So here's a couple other ones that I'm not sure from where these came from. These are blank backs, but these ones are some of the ones into the 80s. So this is 1981 MSA. So you got Dave Parker there, and over here you got Bill Buckner. Same thing, MSA 81. So these came out in all kinds of different things like Wiffle Ball and all that. So, and then these are the same. Well, actually, let's take a look here. These are definitely a little bit bigger than the Wiffle Ball ones. So that's pretty interesting. I'll have to double check which ones came out in 81. So I'm going to set that aside. And just really quick, before I get to what I want to show you guys, I also had recently picked this up, the Catfish Hunter, on a 1976 Safelon disc that I picked up at the card show, the Silicon Valley card show. That's a graded one, and it was in the MSA Mint 9. So that's cool that I picked that up. And so like I said, with the Hardee's disc, you know, it's not as big as this 89 Cadeco, but there's no logo for MSA on these Cadecos. But like I was talking about in some other videos, this MSA right here is the same MSA, that just solid red version I've seen on other MSA cards, like some of those cereal cards and stuff. And this is a very MSA-like card. And now I know Cadeco made the board game, so I'm sure that they may be able to print this stuff themselves, but just the clues, because this is the image MSA has used before on those Dawsons, like the King Beef Jerky and all that. And it just has an MSA feel, so I really think MSA probably did the cards for them, because Cadeco, all the years they did the game before this, didn't have images. 89 is the first time they did player images, and that's the same image that MSA was using. So I have a feeling that I guess 88, sorry, I think they had the MSA do the cards for them. I can't find out for sure because it doesn't say anywhere on the card whether that is or not, but I'm fairly certain that those were done by MSA. It just screams MSA to me. I could be wrong. And and of course, prior to that, there's like the Jiffy Pop discs, and it's I think it's a bit bigger than the Jiffy Pop. Maybe it's the exact same size as the Jiffy Pop. Okay, so maybe that will fit into my binder. Alright, so the Jiffy Pop MSA disc. Alright, I guess it says it on the front. Yeah, MSA right there. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you this stuff is because I'm going to start off here, folks, so I'm going to have to pull this back just a little bit. give you guys a little bit more of the screen. You guys gotta watch that Mr. Frog with these frogs that attack each other and get mad at each other when they're eating each other's food, and they put sound effects with it. It's just cool. Look at this big mess I got taking out all these cards. So anyhow, sorry about the mess, folks. But related to this, I'll set this aside for a moment. And this one. So today what we're going to do is Burger Chef. So I was able to pick this up at the local card shop, and this is one of the Burger Chef little fun meals. So it's the equivalent of a Happy Meal, and these are from 1976 MSA discs. So same size as that Wiffle Ball disc from that same year. So these came with, you know, so they went all out. You get a lot of cards on these, plus you get these little playing like little cards too, you know, for littler kids. A Burger Chef, I've never seen a Burger Chef. They didn't have them where I grew up. But there you go, you got Fang Burger's Bat, Fang Burger's Son, Federal, who one of the printers maybe, and then you got Burgerini's Rabbit and Blue Burger, Pirate. But then here we got these MSA discs, Chet Lemon and Jorge Horta, Richie Zisk. We've seen him before. He's got the pillbox hat. And Lamar Johnson for the White Sox, and Bart Johnson for the White Sox. So 2 Johnsons. So a lot of White Sox there. You know, so 3 White Sox. Lead you to believe this might have been, yep, probably out of Chicago. Because look at these. So you got 5 on this side, and then you got 4 more on the back. So right there, you got 9 players. So it's like you get a whole team. It's like a starting lineup. So Jack Bromer, White Sox. Jim Spencer, White Sox. Ralph Garr, White Sox. And Bucky Dent. So there's the biggest name probably out of the set is the Bucky Dent. So it's the Chicago White Sox triple play fun meal. So you probably get different teams. And then it's like a game board when you break apart this box. So this box looks like it was probably maybe never used. Or maybe it was. I guess maybe it has some glue. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's ever been folded though. So I don't think it was ever used. But it gives you instructions how to play this game here. So it says Burger Chef baseball posters, collect all 6 zany posters. So I don't know if that's this or if that's something different. So this box has not been apart, folks, but there is so if you look at this just right, it's like a baseball field. And now that is the back of the card. So you got the Burger Chef right there. You got Jeff. And that says Burger Chef Collector Series. And it says MSA right there on these cards. And then you got Miss Fangburger and Werewolf. So those are what would be on the backs of each one of these cards. Is a different, you know, Chef Burger mascot, I suppose. One of their mascots, I guess, being like McDonald's with all like the Fry Guys and Mayor Mc whatever and all that stuff. So let's see if we can take a look in there, and that's the back of the other ones, the other 5. So I don't know if we can really get a good view of that, I'm not going to open that. And then the other side is just cardboard. So, but still, that is pretty cool, people. And these are perforated, so you could just pop these out, obviously, if you wanted to play that game. And you get to collect some baseball cards. So I don't know, could look these up, 1976 Burger Chef, and see what other teams they have. I imagine if this is a White Sox ones, they must have been in Chicago, so they probably have Cubs. Not that the Cubs are very good in 76, I don't think. But that's pretty cool, people. So that is sweet. So I don't know if I should do this other one as its own episode or just do it right now since I'm doing this. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that because I know this would make another episode, but at the same time it would also push that video back until sometime late tonight. So then on top of the Burger Chef, I was going to show you these. The Pepsi Cola Collection Superstar Shirt Trading Cards offer. So this, I don't know how, I don't think I have the complete set, but I do have a number. Obviously I don't have the complete set. But there's the folks on that set list. Checklist or whatever you want to say. So hopefully that's coming in clear enough for you. And these are 1977. So Pepsi, I guess if you got like you know, like the bottles of beer or something like that, how you can, it's got a handle, or maybe like a cardboard case of beer, or Pepsi, obviously these would stick down into the box or whatever, and this card would stick out. So unlike the squirt ones, which I have with these, those would have a tab that you would put on the like 2-liter bottle. But anyways, just like my first card ever, who we have here, folks, is Dave Kingman. So obviously they reuse the images, but that's what the Dave Kingman would look like with that ball design. Now this is 78 and these are 77s, but they are the same size versus like the Wiffle Ball size, or those are even super micro versus, hey, there we go, some more Cubs. Oh no, he's a Met there, so alright, so there's your difference in sizes. So anyways, that is, says free, collect them all, trade them, and it's perforated, so these are barely kind of hanging in there with that checklist, but it would pop out here. And then it says, so I guess, yeah, like I said, it must come in the glass bottles. So I think they have a little carrying case like a 6-pack of beer does with the bottles, and this would be slid into there. But every one of these cards will have Pete Rose on it as well. So save these cap liners. So you just take the plastic part out, I guess, or the little part. And here's how to get your personalized superstar shirt. Choose one: Pete Rose, Rico Cardi, Joe Morgan, Rick Manning. And $6 value for only $3.85. Or if you send in 80 cap liners, you'll save another $1. Free with 240 cap liners. Details at Pepsi display. Sorry folks, the offer expired in 1977. You could get your name on there. So it says, to my buddy Chris, or like Robert, or to my buddy Mangini, or Oddball Rick, or Old Style Class. You get the point. Best wishes, Pete Rose. So I wonder if anyone has one of these shirts still. So anyways, Pepsi Cola Baseball Stars Collector Series. Get your personalized superstar shirt with picture and signature of your choice of 4 players. And it has those names: Joe Morgan, Save money by saving Pepsi Cola cap liners. MSA right there. And then here's the fine print. So I guess first you gotta pick which option you're gonna do. Only allow one shirt per person. And then you would fill this out to send that in. And so there's all the small print. And you know, you would send off to Pepsi. You wouldn't send to MSA. MSA just provided Pepsi with the printed cards and stuff, as you've seen in the other giveaways, like the Chef Boyardee uncut sheet. You would send away to Chef Boyardee. So, anyways, send off to Baltimore there. Do not mail metal caps. Alright, so that's what the back looks like. So set that aside, and I'll show you the ones that we got. So just to show you, the backs are all the same, so I'm not going to have to show you the back of each one. But then you got the Thurman Munson. Rest in peace to Thurman Munson with that. Hall of Famer Robin Yount. You know, it's got a little card damage there, but that's still pretty cool. So you could get these graded, but you know, can you imagine the size? I mean, this is a huge slab. Can you imagine the size of slab they would have to do for that? Not for me, no thank you. I need to find some top loaders that would fit this. That'll take up a lot of space. Alright, and then we got another Hall of Famer, Tom Seaver there. So give you a chance to look at Tom. It's MSA, 1976. So I believe that's when it all started. Alright, here's a super cool one. 3 Phillies and home run and Hall of Fame collectors. Look at that. Pepsi Cola. Mike Schmidt. It's cool purple. Wow, 77, that's 47 years ago. Wow. Alright, here's one of the more popular ones too, I'm sure, is the Pete Rose. So I definitely got some good players, you know, but not even probably like not even a tenth of this set. That is a big checklist. So the Pete Rose there, Pete Rose on Pete Rose card. So that's the one card that the Pete Rose being on the back really makes a lot of sense. Or you're doubling up, and then of course Reggie Jackson once again. So as I showed you before, there's the Reggie Jackson from 77, so the next year, still New York Yankee, but a different color scheme. So just like the backs of T206s, you know, there's all the different backs at different companies and different color options. I don't know if he would have had any other color like on these ones here, but definitely get a different color with a different back. And so that's pretty sweet, people. So there it is, people. So, you know, you got all kinds of different sizes. You got these, you know, the Wiffle Ball one. You know, they kept doing discs into the, you know, into the 2000s with, you know, they did them 80s, Jiffy Pop, and all these other brands, and King Bee, beef jerky, and right up into here, you know, look at this, you know, that's my recent pickup from eBay. MSA, and obviously it's a lot fancier than this one here. And from Pepsi to Coca-Cola. Super cool stuff, folks. That's pretty neat stuff right there. And oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to show you just before, and like I showed before, you know, in 2003, Flair did their set called Hardball, and I don't know if it's supposed to be a tribute or just plain ripoff. So Flair did these. You know, a little bit different size there. Let's see if the Wiffle Ball. So the same size as the Wiffle Ball there. You know, the stitching's different color. Obviously a little bit different, but so just all kinds of different sizes. But you know, Flair did their own hardball version, so it seems kind of like a little bit of a rip-off. But that's a super cool card. I like these a lot. But unless Flair ended up something to do with MSA themselves. There you go for you Yankees fans. There's another one, Derek Jeter. So you got Reggie Jackson, Thurman Munson today. The White Sox got their day in the sunshine. And then also Flair did like numbered cards and relic cards. So Pat Burrell. You know, so that's numbered to 502. So I know those aren't MSA unless they bought out MSA or something. But then that's just weird that the other one says Score. You know, this one says MSA. This one says Score MSA. There you go. So Mike Piazza, Hall of Famer. But let's end off on these MSA cards, folks. So there you go. So neat stuff. Hope you enjoy that. Check out Mr. Frog and all those frog videos and toads. The toads are the funny ones. It's alright. And they peck at each other and get mad when the other one eats the thing. So, alright. Those videos belong to Mr. Toad, not me, so please don't copyright me. Alright, everybody, so there is, I think, the MSA disc run. Now I do have some more stuff coming in the mail, so hey, I hope you guys enjoy that. I know it's a little longer video, but we got a lot done, so I don't have to split these up into two videos between the Burger Chef and the Pepsis. Alright, everybody, tell me what you think. Do you like MSA? Do you like this kind of stuff? You know, I think it's cool because anyone can get flagship stuff from any of those companies, and this is stuff like we didn't have Hardee's where I was from, so that's why I've heard of Hardee's and I've seen Hardee's, but we didn't have one in my town. So alright, everybody, so that's that. Thanks for joining me, and we got some other cool stuff coming in the future, and take care. See you later. Bye.